friends and family. I'm driving home from work right now, so I've got a little bit of time to chat, and a lot of you have been asking me about cryptocurrency recently because we're in a little bit of a bull market right now, and there's a lot of exciting stuff going on, and I think a lot of people are getting interested because a lot of people are making money, and everybody wants to make money, and it's nice having money because then you can do things that interest you and grow and learn and all that fun stuff. We all know money's cool, but cryptocurrency, it's complicated and it's tricky to get into it because, there's all these different websites and maybe some of them are scams, and you're like, oh, I want to buy some crypto because it seems cool and all, but there's steps and there's layers, and it can be a real turnoff trying to, take your money that's simple and easy to understand because it's pocket change and convert that into Dogecoin or any of these funky, fresh little money things that are all over the internet. So I figured I would distill my thoughts on crypto into a short, hopefully instructional video on how to get into the crypto markets, and hopefully that helps all y'all, get some value in your lives that you can use for cool stuff. So step one, I guess, would be have a bank account. There's a lot of regulations popping up around cryptocurrency now, and it's pretty not impossible to get cryptocurrency in the United States without a bank account, but you're gonna have a real hard time unless you know people. So get a bank account if you don't already have one. You probably have one, but you might not. So if you don't, I would say Google how to get a bank account and go get it, because you need that. And then once you have a bank account, next step would be to sign up for a cryptocurrency exchange and go through their verification process. So personally, I've been using Coinbase since like 2012 or 2011 or whenever. Been using Coinbase for a long time, and yes, they kind of suck sometimes, and they have fees sometimes, and sometimes they're down and you can't get to your money, but I think it's worth it because, like 1,000% gains and stuff they're pretty nice. So going through Coinbase's bloviating bull crap to go ahead and get on the markets isn't that bad of a price to pay. It can be frustrating for sure, and I guess that goes for the other exchanges that I'll mention, which are Binance and Bitrex. Can also be pretty cumbersome to use, and especially to get your verification through, but it's worth it. So maybe set aside an hour or 2 or 3 to get yourself involved in the crypto market. So the verification process is pretty simple. You're going to need a state issued identification card, maybe a passport or a license, and you'll probably need a camera to take a picture of it. And you may even need some proofs of address for some of these sites. I just registered for Binance.us, and you need a proof of address. So I needed a couple pieces of mail to get that one through, and it took about 24 hours. I've heard from Morgane that it took her like a couple weeks to get verified for Bitrex recently. So it can be a painful process, which is why you should probably start now if you actually want to put money into cryptocurrency. Get it poppin'. So you got your bank account. Now you've signed up for a cryptocurrency exchange. You did your verification so you can actually put money onto the exchange. So that's a pretty important part. Next thing you're going to want to do is send $10 to the exchange. F it. Maybe $10. You can probably scrape that together. It's tough, but with a little bit of planning, you can send $10 over that exchange, and it'll be great because then you are in the world of cryptocurrency, and it is quite a world. So where to start? Where did I start? I started with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, it's the big boy, and you can make yourself some Bitcoins yourself, which I thought was cool at the time. I was like, I can mine a couple of these babies with computers. And so I tried to do that for a while, but I digress. I started with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously the big one. It's worth a whole bunch of money. Big players buy it, big banks, big financial institutions, now big corporations buy it. So that's pretty interesting. Bitcoin is old and it's slow and it's cumbersome and it's got, some fees and it takes a while to send money, but it's also pretty cool. So I don't personally hold a lot of Bitcoin right now, but I'm reconsidering that position. I might, shift some of my stuff over to the Bitcoins. So moving on from Bitcoin, where did I go from there? Litecoin. I went into Litecoin. Why? Because it was kind of next on the agenda and it's faster and it's, it's cool. So I got some Litecoins and I tried to do some nefarious things with them back in the day. And, I probably spent 30 or 40 Litecoins on, things and items. And now that's worth a bunch of money, but I didn't know at the time that it would be. It was worth like nothing then. I was just like, oh, cool, crazy anonymous internet money. But it's not actually anonymous, because there's this ledger and you can go look up all the stuff about it. But that is another side note that's probably worth some Googling. So next step from Litecoin, where to go from there? Well, there's some other really big movers and shakers in the current space, and my favorite is Cardano ADA. That's the one I have the most of. I like it because it's going after Ethereum's market, and Ethereum does a lot of really cool stuff. So you can, everybody's heard about smart contracts and tokens. Well, maybe not everybody. If you haven't heard about smart contracts and tokens, ERC20 tokens, look those up. Do some Googling. Read a couple little articles and stuff because it's pretty fascinating. And it is, endgame. It replaces banks. It replaces lawyers. It can replace a lot of institutions that tie up trillions of dollars right now. And if all of those $1 trillion flow into the crypto markets, then the crypto markets are worth a lot more. And then your cryptocurrency is worth a lot more. So we're on exchanges right now, right? We're talking about Bitcoin, Litecoin, other players. I just mentioned ADA. Worth some Googling. Charles Hoskinson, he's the founder of ADA. Charlie Lee, he's the founder of Litecoin. Then you've got Satoshi Nakamoto. He's the Bitcoin big papa. Anonymous, but he's got a really cool white paper that talks about all kinds of neat concepts. And this was back in the day, and he kind of had this vision for how financial markets could be decentralized and the people could hold the keys, literally keys, well, not literally keys, kind of figuratively, literally, cryptographically keys. You can hold those keys to your money, and it used to be the banks, whatever, unless you're dealing with cash. Now you can have really secure digital cash. That's cool. Anyways, you got these founders. So I like to look at what the founders say about these weird code-based monies that they have. So it's really worth time to Google some of these people and watch some videos that they put out, or in the case of Nakamoto, you just want to read some of the shit he wrote. So you read that stuff, you watch these videos, you're starting to learn more as you do this work. And I mean, cryptocurrency, it's kind of work. It's mental work to figure all of this stuff out. But work, can be rewarding. So if you do the research to arm yourself with the tools to make some interesting, if not smart, investments, then it can pay off for you. And then you have more leverage in these markets to make more choices in these markets to make more value that you can use on cool stuff and things and people and places and I don't know, energy. So more digression. We're gonna move on here. What's next? Wallets. So exchanges are nice because you can exchange your fiat currency, like US dollars, or you could send pesos, or whatever you want to send over there. You can exchange that and get into the crypto markets. But then after you have some value, if you're not just trying to trade crypto ad nauseum, you might want to store that value somewhere secure, and the place to store that value is on a wallet. So these wallets are not physical wallets, they're digital wallets, and a lot of them are phone apps or apps on your PC or your Mac. And you download them, and most of them you will get some cryptographic keys that you need to secure and write down. That give you access to your wallet. It's like the keys to your money, and if anybody else has those little hash phrases, some of them are mnemonics, they're words, and some of them are alpha or just numeric numbers. So, but if anybody gets those numbers, it's like they got your wallet. Somebody just got my debit card, and that actually went pretty well because Wells Fargo took care of it. Great job, big corporation. They made it so nobody could take my money. I actually don't have a lot of money in my debit card account, so it wouldn't have been that big a deal anyways. But yeah, more digression. Going back to crypto. So you get your wallets on your computer or your phone. So use case Cardano, your I don't even know how to pronounce it, dude. YOROI, mobile wallet for iOS or Android. That's what you're looking for in the case of Cardano ADA. And you download that app and you set yourself up a wallet, and you know, you can always Google at any time like how to do these things, or DuckDuckGo if you're more progressive and don't want Google to look at what you're Googling. But really, like in the case of crypto, I don't care. Like Google can know that I'm Googling crypto, and maybe they'll see so many people Googling crypto that Google will start buying crypto because they're like, wow, there's a lot of interest in the people because the numbers tell us that they're all looking at this crypto, and maybe we'll buy it. And then they'll buy it, and then everybody's crypto is worth more, so that's cool. So yeah, keep Googling about crypto and stuff. But crypto, you get your wallet, you got your coins, your tokens, you put them in your wallet, and then what can you do? Well, you might just want to put that on your phone and keep that, you know, little key that gives you access to your wallet in a safe and secure place on paper, and never think about it again, because that's probably actually your best bet. You know, like secure the paper, secure your keys, and just leave your crypto there, and then just stop thinking about it, because sometimes thinking about it is hard, and you think about it too much, and you're Googling till the wee hours of the morning about these random weird tokens like Singularity Net and AGI, and you're just like, oh my god, there's so much information, and it takes forever, and then you don't sleep good, and then you perform less good at work. So you know, all of these things are consequences of actually paying attention to crypto. So sometimes if like you just put some money in crypto and forget about it, and then wake up like 4 or 5 years later, you're like, oh wow, I got a lot more money than I did when I forgot about that. So that's not too bad of a strategy. The next strategy that's really good is called dollar cost averaging, and you just, you know, take a little baby bit of money every day, or, you know, if every day is way too scary for you, every week, or if that's too much for you, every month, but just consistently put whatever money you could afford to never see again. So, you know, everybody says millennials are spending all their money on Starbucks and burritos, and, well, I do burritos, you know, some people do Starbucks, but, well, we're spending all of our money on this consumer bullshit that doesn't really enrich our lives, but gives us these small little hits of serotonin and dopamine, and makes us feel good, and makes us feel rewarded, and makes us feel like all of our efforts are not in vain. If you sidetrack some of that reward, like, oh man, I don't really want to you know, have this burrito today, I'm going to buy some digital tokens, and maybe do that once a month, and then look back at your life 3 years after that and realize you got a lot more money than you did 3 years before then. And it all stacks, right? So, you know, saving a little bit of money here can make you a lot of money down the line, and then you're going to be there down the line one of these days, and you're going to be like, wow, I wish I made some choices that made me more money. And then in that very moment, you can start to make the choices that your future self will thank you for. And implementing that into your daily life, thinking about your future. It's hard for me. God damn, it's hard for me to do that. I eat so many burritos, and I shouldn't. Bad Luke. But it's fuel. These are the excuses that keep you from getting crypto rich. So, right in front of your face is an example of why you should dollar cost average into crypto, so your future self will thank you. Beyond that, you know, people speculate and they day trade. So we've got the fire and forget method, which is probably the most stress-free one, you know, of just buying a lump of crypto today and not looking at it again for a couple of years or a decade or whatever, you know, and keep your keys secure. Then we've got dollar cost averaging, which is consistent smaller purchases, which is my more favored strategy, because I, you know, don't mind putting myself through some mental duress from time to time. And then we go from the dollar cost averaging strategy to speculating and day trading, which I messed around with more when I was a teenager, and I had a lot less money because I didn't, really make a whole ton of money. And so I would speculate and I'd day trade, and sometimes I'd turn my $10 into $100, and then sometimes my $100 would completely disappear in an evening. So that's a lot more mentally taxing, and there's big wins and big losses to be made. So if you're in it for some excitement, maybe day trading and speculating and swing trading is for you. Worth Googling about and watching YouTube videos about and checking out, because you might just get lucky, or you might lose everything that you've ever worked for. So it's also an important note to have in your head at all times, not to put any money into crypto that you would not be that would not upset you very much if you never saw it again, ever. And I tell everybody I care about that, and I care about myself. I tell myself that a lot too. Like, hey, maybe you gotta pay some bills with that money, so don't put it into crypto. But maybe that's some money that is just for pleasures, so put it into crypto and have more pleasures later. So I guess that's all I got for now, and hopefully this is a helpful video that can explain a little bit about getting into crypto markets. I will summary right now for you. Get a bank account. Go to Coinbase, go to Bittrex, go to Binance.us and sign up for one of their accounts. And then do your verification for the government so they can get your taxes. Oh, and that's another chapter, which somebody else can do for you. There's tons of tax accountants. I have to find one. I need a tax accountant. If anyone knows a tax accountant that's familiar with crypto and is a real upstanding human, let me know. That would be cool. But yeah, Googling's your friend. DuckDuckGo, whatever. Be inquisitive. If you have a question in your mind, realize that there's resources that can answer them instantly, and that's like an important realization. Like, it can be overwhelming. It's gonna hurt your brain. Like last night, I was up way too late looking at crypto stuff and Googling and getting little headaches and having little, oh my God, this is so frustrating, trying to sign up for Binance US and my camera wouldn't focus on my driver's license, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. But in the end of it, I got into the token that I was curious about, and I'm pretty confident that token, which is Singularity Net AGI, it's one of the first tokens, I think the first token to migrate from Ethereum to Cardano, which if you don't know what the hell that means, migrate from Ethereum to Cardano, you could Google that phrase, migrate from Ethereum to Cardano, and a wealth of information and articles on what that means and why it might be significant will come up and help you out for your knowledge and understanding, and hopefully get you a fair share of this value and wealth that's being stored on the internet. Because it's pretty crazy. A lot of money that was locked up in these institutions that most people would never ever have access to ever is flowing out of these institutions voluntarily into markets that are far more decentralized, and that could change your life. It's certainly helped to change mine. So get into crypto if you so choose. And I've been talking for way too long now. People lose interest after like 30 seconds, I think. Bonus feature, little bonus. This is what I learned last night trying to get this Singularity Net AGI token and floundering on the internet. It's not on Binance.us, so if you want to get into some of the more obscure ERC20, which are Ethereum tokens, the easiest way to do so, although without, albeit you're going to get some fees, they're going to charge you hefty fees, is to go ahead and purchase Ethereum on Coinbase, download My Ether Wallet on Android or iOS. Make sure it's the right one first. I don't know, Google it to make sure. My Ether Wallet, MEW Wallet. It's got a cute little Reddit-looking icon thing. It's cute. It's a cute app. Download My Ether Wallet, and then you can use My Ether Wallet to take advantage of Uniswap, which is a really interesting, another thing to Google, Uniswap, and transfer your Ethereum into any of its component tokens, which Singularity Net is one, so you got this really cool new token that's actually going to leave Ethereum, buy Ethereum, and it's going to go to Cardano. Hi Cardano. And you can get it by using my Ether wallet and Coinbase. And that took me like 3 hours to figure out last night. So hot damn, it takes work to, get into these markets because it's all new, and, maybe there's not a lot of people that are going to make some videos and explain it all, or whatever. But maybe I'll do this again if people want to know more about crypto and have specific questions, and I could Google it. And maybe you guys could pay me too, because it's work. It hurts my brain, and I'm trying to do solar more than I'm trying to do this. I like solar better than crypto. But there's crypto solar projects too. It's weird. It's crazy. It's all crypto. It's all solar. But anyway, tons of love, you guys. You're all great. I love you humans, and I hope you all have a fantastic day and get more energy and value and health and wellness into your life, and then help spread it to other people and build wonderful, resilient communities together. Get some crypto. Later.